Today I'm going to be showing a demo of how an Agentforce agent can help a field service technician to quickly and easily get product availability and customer specific pricing information while they're working on a service appointment and work order. So I've got the work order here on the screen that we're going to be working with. It's got a bulldozer with a loss of hydraulic power in a status of quote. So we're going to be giving out a quote to the customer today and starting today, which is May 8th. So I'm going to jump over to the field service mobile app. So that's what I have up here on the screen now. And I have this service appointment, which is connected to the work order that we were just looking at. And one thing you'll notice that's different is I have this pre-work brief here. So this is just an AI generated pre-work brief. It's just giving me a summary of the work order and the service appointment and all of the related information. I have this button that will let me read it out loud. You can't hear that right now, but it is just reading it out loud. And here in the field service app, I also have the map where I can see how far away I am. I can get directions, and that'll take me out to Google Maps or Apple Maps or any other map app. I can call the contact directly. I can also get asset service history here, so see all the work orders in the history of the asset. So what I'm going to do next is open up this actions section of the app, and you can see the Agentforce thing here. I'm going to open that up and start a conversation with the agent. And sometimes it just takes a second to load here. So now it says, here, hi, I'm your AI parts counter assistant. Ask me about inventory availability and customer specific pricing. Inventory search. So I'm using talk to text here to talk to the agent, just because it's a little easier than typing in. And it's asking for a product name, so I'm gonna just copy and paste the product name in here. Here's where a barcode scanner, which is a feature we can add to the agent in the field service app, would come in pretty handy. And we're running that request, and it came back and returned the inventory and pricing. So you can see here I've got the inventory information. It's got everything from the distance, so it did an actual distance-based search, and that's based on the location of the work order, the address, comparing that to the location of the actual inventory. So you can see I've got a quantity available here in both of these. One of them is a little bit further away and one of them is a little bit closer. And then down here at the bottom is pricing information. So I've got the estimated price for that specific product for that specific customer. So it's a customer specific price book. So in this case, this is the price for this product, or at least an estimated price. Next, it asked if I wanted to add the products to the work order. Yes. So I just told it, yes, I do want to add those products. It's asking what quantity I want. 1. And I just told it 1. And now it's working on adding the products to the work order. Alright, so we got a success message. It said the product request has been created, a credit check has been approved. So it did a quick credit check on the account. It checked that the account had a credit available of $8,500, and that was less than the work order total, which was the $4,950 for that product. So it said we're good to go to create a service document, and it gave me some instructions on how to do that. So that's what we'll do next. But before we do that, I'm going to just go over to the related section and show you kind of what happened just now from the agent. So you can see some of these related lists populated. And if we open this up, I've got a work order line item here in a status of quoting with that price that we just saw. I've got a product required, same thing, 1 unit at that unit price. And then I also generated a product request. So you can see the source location was the closest product inventory, and the destination location is Trenton's truck, which is my truck. because that's where I'm going to need the product to do the work. And then there's a line item of the product for that specific request. Okay, so those are the different records that got generated, and next I'm gonna go to the actions like it told me to and click the create service document button here, and you can see it's generating a document. Here we can have multiple templates. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this work order template because that's the document I want to generate. So just zoom in a little bit so you can see here we've got work order information, contact and account information. We've got the we can add images and stuff to this template. Then we have the work order details, and then down here at the bottom we have the asset information. So we've got the asset name, we've got the serial number, the actual product that it is, product family, in this case dozers. Then we've got the actual under that warranty information. So we've got a asset warranty number that's just connecting the asset to a specific warranty term, and then we've got the warranty term name over here, which is in this case Komatsu Care Plus. So based on those things, we're able to kind of say what products and stuff would be included in the warranty and what aren't. In this case, we've got a product that isn't included in the warranty. So we've got the product line here and subtotal and total price. You see $49.50 we saw earlier. And at this point, I have the document ready. I can click add signature, and this is where you can do kind of, if you're on site, you can put in the customer's name here. In this case, I'll just put my name in, and then hand over your device for them to sign. And you can just sign it with your finger, which is what I'm doing now. And then once you have that, you can, cleared it. So I'm going to just do it again there, and then you can hit save. And that adds signature to the document. And now when I click generate, it's generating a signed document. And you can see right now it's working on that as we speak. So that will take some time in the background. So from there, that's pretty much the end of the flow for the service agent, or the field service tech. And you can see it generated that document, and we can open that up here, and it's just the same preview we were just looking at, but it's a final generated document. Now I'm going to close this out and go back into Salesforce on the desktop. I'm going to open refresh the screen and see what happened while we were working on that. So I've got a few things going on. Obviously those related records that we just saw, they're all in here and updated. So one thing that happened when we signed the document, the status of this work order went from all the way down to wait for parts. So if we had to wait for an approval, it would have went to the SQL approval phase or status. But in this case, it just went to wait for parts because we already had the approval. Some other things that happened, so the product required didn't change, but the work order line items went from a status of quoting to allocated. So that was just an update that happened. And same thing on the product requests. It went from a draft status to a submitted status. One other thing that happened, a follow-up appointment was generated, and that's the appointment to do the fix. So that's this right here. We can see with an arrival window of tomorrow at 10 a.m. So that's just a scheduled appointment to do that follow-up fix. And let's see, should have also received an email as the customer. So I'm going to bring this over here. This is just an email that went out to the customer, which is me in this case. And it's got a confirmation for my appointment for tomorrow from 10 to 12. And if I need, it sends me a link that lets me reschedule if I'd like to. So if I open that up, I'm going to open a new window here, and we can see it's got my appointment time, the repair, it's got my address, and I can actually come in here and it shows me on the map And then I have a few options. I can confirm the appointment, cancel the appointment, or reschedule the appointment. So if I wanted to just say, hey, yeah, I confirm this time, I could click confirm. Otherwise, I can come in here and look and see what other times I would like. If that date didn't work for me, I could change it. And if maybe 10 o'clock isn't working, I could change it to 12 o'clock or look for a different time in the future. And then when I click reschedule, it should go ahead and reschedule that appointment. And it would update there. So that's kind of how that would work. You could let the customers kind of reschedule their appointments if the original time doesn't work for them. So yeah, that's the end of the demo. That's everything I had to show today. So we did, as a service technician on site, we were able to kind of generate all these related records on a work order just by talking to the Agentforce agent, and it kind of did all the work for us. We were able to generate a signed document, and then we were also able to get a follow-up appointment scheduled, all with not too much work.